What a very special episode of Fyter Fest. Fyter Fest edition. We have, where that's all we're covering. There's like no important news at all. So, Fyter Fest was this week. AEW normally does 2 weeks of Fyter Fest. So that's what they're doing this week. Well, this year as well, except now there's 4 nights instead of 2 nights because they now have Rampage. So it's 2 nights a week. Woohoo! So we're gonna just go through that. That's what this episode is. We're just going through Fyter Fest, and like last episode, this is being recorded after lunch. It's 12:17. Awesome. So, Fyter Fest. We started with Wardlow with his first TNT title defense. He didn't have the green silver belt like I thought he would. Damn it. He defended the belt against Orange Cassidy. And these two had a really good match. I mean, what do you expect? Trent and Chucky T tried to cheat in the beginning. They were like pulling out chairs, and Chucky T had to pick a chainsaw, and Bryce remembers like, what the hell is this? Get out of here, both of you. Get the freak back there. But yeah, this was a really good match. It was one power bomb, only just one power bomb to beat Orange Cassidy, which I would take that as the kind of thing where it's like Wardlow only needs one power bomb and he just does the other ones just to say screw you, type thing. But yeah, it was a nice fun opener. Both Orange Cassidy did not look like some freaking J-Bron in defeat. And Wardlow just needs to keep doing these open challenges and stuff. And just defending the belt. To kind of reestablish the belt as what it was. Then we had Jon Moxley face Konosuke Takeshita. If Konosuke won this, he would have got a world title match. This match was great. I loved this. Huge Konosuke Takeshita fan, me. But in the end, Jon Moxley won, which I kind of expected. But Konosuke is someone who they gotta put something on him soon. Come on, man. But this was a really solid match. I mean, is it a Jon Moxley match if someone wasn't bleeding and Konosuke was bleeding? Then we had Luchasaurus. He and Christian did a thing where they beat up Griff Garrison because Griff Garrison looks like Jungle Boy. That was the whole thing. Luchasaurus beat up Griff Garrison because he looks like Jungle Boy. And Christian had a little promo about Brian Pillman Jr. said that I feel like your dad would be ashamed that his last contribution to the wrestling world is you. That is that's a big one. Thank you, Christian, for being just amazing. Then we had Claudio Castagnoli versus Jake Hader, the Real American match that we just have to do so we can get it out of the way. The match was, it was, what do you expect, At no point in this match at all that I think Claudio wasn't winning. But yeah, Claudio wins. Cool. Serena Deeb defeated Anna Jay. Anna Jay's family was in the front row. And yeah, Serena Deeb beat her in front of her family. Haha. After the match, Serena kept the Serenity lock in. And Mercedes Martinez came down and pushed her off. Because they are fighting at Death Before Dishonor. For the women's title. And then in our main event, the Young Bucks defended the World Tag Team titles. Against Team Taz, Poorhouse Hobbs, and Ricky Stakes. And Swerve in Our Glory, which is a crappy name. In a triple threat. Brandon Cutler returned! Great to see you, Cutler. I'm currently watching VTE, and it's nice to see Cutler is back. This match was great. Like, whenever a tag team title match is on TV or otherwise, okay, I'm about to see something real good. And yeah, we saw something freaking phenomenal. This was a fantastic three-way match. All three teams at one point, I'm like, oh, they're winning. Oh my god, they're winning. Oh my god, they're winning. And in the end, shocked as I was, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland won the match. And they are the new tag team champions. Now, it did come out that, yes, this was obviously this Young Bucks title reign was supposed to be the Hardys, right? This was supposed to be the Hardys title reign. But because Jeff was an idiot, we didn't get the Hardys title reign. But, I mean, I'm not mad that Keith Lee and Swerve are champs, but I would have loved if the Bucks had a much longer reign. And obviously, I thought this was going to lead to at All Out Young Bucks versus FTR, winner take all for all four of the world titles that are on the line. You know, FTR are IWGP, AAA, and Ring of Honor tag team champions. The Young Bucks have won the AEW tag team championships. FTR is ranked 1 in the rankings. You know, at All Out, winner take all for all 4 belts. FTR wins and just becomes the best tag team ever. But they didn't do it. So they could still do Keith and Swerve versus FTR for the AEW tag belts at All Out, which, I mean, that'd be fine, but I would have much preferred Young Bucks. And then Rampage. This is Rampage. House of Black defeated Dark Order. It was a nice, solid opener, but I mean, we knew it was winning, right? Jonathan Gresham next defended the ROH Championship against Lee Moriarty. Why? Again, this wasn't the main event. I don't know. Tony Khan, at times, like, he really just gets on my nerves because he doesn't know how to book the match card order. Like, he'll have a really good card, but the order he puts it in is stupid. Like, this is for the world title for Ring of Honor, and you're like, yeah, it's second. What is wrong with you? This should have been the main event of the show. Because this is the one match I was looking forward to the most. But Jonathan Gresham beat Lee Moriarty. No surprise there. And after the match, it was very much like, okay, we're going to find out who Gresham's opponent is at Death Before Dishonor after this match. We did. And Jonathan Gresham's opponent is Claudio Castagnoli at Death Before Dishonor. They've confirmed that. Death Before Dishonor, that's looking like a great card. It's got 5 matches on it. And all 5 look amazing. And I can't wait to watch that this Saturday. This is going to be awesome. Chris Statlander and Athena beat 2 jobbers. And that was pretty much it. And then in the main event, the Lucha Bros defeated Private Party in the main event. Continuing their feud with Andrade El Idolo and all that type of stuff. And it was an alright main event, which again, the main event should have been the ROH World Championship, for God's sakes. But anyway, that's it. This is really short. There's not a lot to talk about. Coming this week, though, what we do have is we have the Varsity Blondes facing Christian Cage and Luchasaurus. We have Best Friends facing Blackpool Combat Club, John Mox and Wheeler Yuta. We have Darby Allin versus Brody King, and then in the main event of Dynamite will be a barbed wire death match between Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho, and the Jericho Appreciation Society is suspended above the ring in a shark cage because it's Shark Week. And then on Rampage, all we know is Lee Moriarty is going to face Dante Martin. That's all we got to look forward to. And I will be doing another episode next time on Fyter Fest Week 2. So we'll cover all that, and maybe there'll be news, because there hasn't really been any news. Other than the Sword Art Association Licorice DLC got leaked in the latest patch, and then they quickly took it down. But for a while it was all there. For like 2 minutes, and then they got rid of it, which is funny. But that's all I got. And yeah. All I'll end this with is support the Rippaverse, because I know I am.